Having a passion of working with adolescents is one of the biggest things that providers need to be mindful of as they're thinking about being trained in this model. And, really be open-minded too, because adolescents come with so many different things that they are experiencing, and we have to be able to kind of meet them right where they're at. So when you're first implementing SPARCS, one of the most important things to be mindful of is making sure you have the adequate referrals, right? So this is a group treatment model, so we want to make sure that we have enough kids in order to facilitate and run a successful 16-session group. And so making sure your referral sources are very aware of your model, know the appropriate kids that you're looking for in terms of the age group, and maybe even thinking about their experiences of chronic stress. Another important thing to be mindful of as you're thinking about facilitating these groups is making sure that you have the needed space. We want to make sure that you have a space that is going to be protected, that there's not going to be people walking in and out. At the end of the day, this is still a therapy group, and so we want to make sure that the kids feel like they are in a safe, comfortable place where they can actually speak freely.
One of the first things that really should be discussed as a team is having that conversation with your principal, like I said, especially on the school level. Principals have a lot of weight in those decisions and the things that happen in their school. And so if you can get their buy-in, get them to see the benefits of it, then that makes sure that you have the support moving forward. SPARCS is a time commitment, but it's a time commitment that I saw the benefit from firsthand. And even as someone who was a clinician coming in, the things that were reiterated or just kind of refreshed upon throughout those trainings were really, really helpful. And you may even have those moments like, well, why would they go through this? And then you're sitting in group and you're like, oh, that's why. And so I would just say trust the process. The trainings are worth it, especially if you work in a school system, because there's a lot of logistical pieces to that. When will the groups occur? What time will they occur? Making sure kids aren't being pulled from, the group during that time. And so trying to figure out those logistical pieces early on makes it so much easier, even down to what day do we potentially want to start. If you're someone who may feel nervous about doing SPARCS, don't. There's a manual that is very detailed, very easy to follow. So if you're not someone who's used to, sitting down and doing a group, then you don't have to necessarily come in with that knowledge. The leaders do a really good job of training you, giving you suggestions and skills for things that could happen in group, right? These are clinicians that are well versed in this. Truly, I can say going into my first group, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I felt prepared, and I felt like I had a good idea of what to expect, and I think that that's something that was unique to the SPARCS manual from other programs that I've used.